Okay. All right. Now with this here, since you are strong at observation, I want you to read it while I read it to you, right? And I've been practicing this. Okay. All right. Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system written by Satoshi Nakamoto. That's his email address if you want to email him. No one's heard from him in a very long time. And the website is www.bitcoin.org. All right. Abstract. A purely peer-to-peer version of electronic cash would allow online payments to be sent directly from one party to another without going through a financial institution like a bank. Digital signatures provide part of the solution, but the main benefits are lost if a trusted third party is still required to prevent double spending. All right, so just to explain double spending here is that imagine that I have a 1 million baht in my account and I send 1 million baht to you, and then I hack it and I send the same million baht to someone else, right? That would be called double spending, right? And the only thing that prevents that in our system today is the bank, right? And their mathematical systems. Okay. We propose a solution to the double spending problem using a peer-to-peer network, a network of timestamps transactions by hashing them into an ongoing chain of hash-based proof of work, forming a record that cannot be changed without redoing the proof of work. Now, this is probably where it starts to get a little bit confusing. Okay, but the simplest way to understand this is that it really is very simple. All right, all blockchain technology is recording the order of the transactions in a public record. Right, that's all it is. It's really simple, you know, like it's that, look at it this way. Let's say that I'm a guy who is selling coffee, okay, right? And the first coffee I sell today is at 7 o'clock, right? And the second coffee I sell is at 7:01, right? And so on and so forth, okay? Now, imagine that the person who bought the first coffee, right? The first coffee, signs his cup, signs my my register, my transactions, and then signs the second person's cup. Okay, and then the second person signs the first person's cup, and then signs the third person's cup. Okay, and so everybody has a record of the order. That's it, right? It's that simple. And like it took me like 2 years of learning about cryptocurrency to understand this, right? And reading this paper to understand this. So don't feel awkward if you don't understand it completely. It took me a very long time to get to this point. Okay, all right. But like what I want you to imagine in your mind is just like this. What I said before of blockchain technology is just basically organizing the timestamp. Imagine that this goes on and on and on and on. Right, and it just goes on and on and on forever and forever. And that chain of information is always recorded. Okay. One thing that's kind of helped my students understand this concept a little bit more is a different but a little bit wrong example. It's like this. Imagine that you take sand and you throw it up in the air. Okay. And everybody on the planet takes a picture of it and uploads it to Facebook. Okay. So changing that picture now is going to be really difficult because everybody has a picture of it, right? That's the concept. Clear? Okay, all right. Okay, go ahead now. I'm going to read this part, or try to read this sentence for me now.
Okay. Purely peer-to-peer version of electronic cash would allow online payments to be sent directly from one party to another without going to a financial institution.
Good, pause. All right. Now, from your reading, I can tell that you understand that it's peer-to-peer, it's electronic, it's online payments, and you know that financial institution is kind of like a bank. I can hear it in your voice, right? Can you confirm that you understand?
Yes.
Excellent. All right, so that's good. All right, so that's our process. I read it to you, explain parts, you read it, and then the way that it sounds better as your understanding increases, right? Like if it's a line graph. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. XY would be understanding and how it sounds. Okay, all right. Here, go ahead and try reading this for me.
Digital signatures provide part of the solution, but the main benefits are lost. If a trusted third party is still required to prevent double spending.
Clear. All right, read this one.
We propose a solution to the double spending problem using a peer-to-peer network.
Okay.
The network
stop. All right, stop. All right. Okay. Now, before we read this sentence, I have a question. Can we both agree that we do not fully understand this sentence?
Which one? This sentence. So
the one about network, right? Like, can we both agree that this is a hard sentence to understand?
Well, I do understand a little bit about blockchain.
Cool. Okay, good. And then can we both agree that if we were both IT guys, this sentence would be easier to understand, or we would understand more?
Yeah, maybe we will understand more.
Cool. Okay, good. We can agree on those points. All right, now try reading it. I want to hear how it sounds.
The network timestamps transactions by hashing them into an ongoing chain of hash-based proof of work, forming a record that cannot be changed without redoing the proof of work.
Okay, your voice tells me that you follow the logic.
Okay.
I don't know. You tell me. I think you do follow the logic. It might be hard to explain, but explaining the logic is different than following the logic, right? Okay, cool. All right. Now, continuing on with this abstract, the longest chain not only serves as proof of the sequence of events witnessed, but proof that it came from the largest pool of CPU power. As long as a majority of CPU power is controlled by nodes that are not cooperating to attack the network, they'll generate the longest chain and outpace attackers. The network itself requires minimal structure. Messages are broadcast on a best effort basis, and nodes can leave and rejoin the network at will, accepting the longest proof of work chain as proof of what happened while they were gone. All right, so this is the last part that I learned by reading this paper here. I didn't know it before. I think the summary is that all of the miners in the world recording transactions for Bitcoin are part of the nodes that are cooperating to generate the network, right? And after reading this paper, what I understood is that the design is you can only alter your own transactions if you're going to hack this program. And through that, you have to have more CPU power than all the miners. And that's the system design. All right. I can see that from your smile that you get it. And that's why it's so pretty. It's an elegant solution. It really is nice. If you look at this part here, this is something that helps me understand it a little bit more. It's like the coffee cup situation that I was explaining. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Hello? Hey, what's up? Huh? Okay, baby. All right. Sounds good. Okay, have fun. Okay, have fun. Okay, all right. I was talking to my wife. Sorry. Okay, all right. Last one I'm going to share with you today is the best and my most favorite part about it. And it's because you're kind of like a philosopher. Okay. Keeping it simple. There's something called gambler's ruin, right? It's a philosophy or a problem. It's applied to programming, mathematics, and in my opinion, life as well, right? And Gambler's Ruin starts from the concept of a gambler with unlimited credit. And he starts at a deficit, which means a debt, right? Like minus 1,000, minus 1 million. And he or she can play an infinite number of times. And the goal is to break even, right? And so the thing about this paper that was really cool that I'll share with you here at the end is he or she or they, Satoshi Nakamoto, designed this system to where as the number of blocks go up, the chance that a hacker can break the system, the p-value goes down. Right? And then he demonstrated that in the paper. And so I thought that that was a brilliant approach to any kind of problem, where if you write a white paper, you design your solution thinking about the best way to break it. Right? So if you're an architect, then you think like a hacker to improve your system. Or if you're a doctor, you think like a virus to heal your patient. Okay? Now, the extension and connection to life that I like about Gambler's Ruin is that's very same concept, where if you're looking for a solution, understand that your brain has talents and you use those same talents as a devil's advocate to try to break your problem in order to improve your solution, right? Because some people in this world, they get really butthurt and annoyed when somebody tries to break their solution, right? But I welcome it, you see, right? You welcome it because that's what leads to a better one. Does that make sense? Right? Not all the time, obviously, you know, obviously we want people to agree with us. That would be easier. Yes. But sometimes, you know, to make something better is not easy, right? Okay, cool. Okay, so that was the end of my introduction to you for the quick introduction to Bitcoin for you today. All right, we will continue this more if you're interested. If not, I just like taking you through the levels. Right, it was fun today. Yes. Was it fun today to go through the levels?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, right? Okay, cool. All right, so yes, it's progressive. You think of the warm-up style, right? And in the future, I would say some of the main takeaway points from today would be that A, it's scaffolding. B, take your time to analyze. C, pick that X and Y, that black and white, and then that's where your answer can begin from if you have zero framework. Right? Those are your main takeaways for today. Okay? All right. Sounds good, man. All right. Go enjoy the rest of your day and Happy New Year, man. It was good to see you. For real. All right. Good class, man. Yes, it was effective.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. All right. I'll talk to you later, man.
Bye.
Bye-bye.